Once you gathered everything, come lie down on your back with a strap nearby. Bring the feet as wide as the mat and knock the knees together. And release the back of your arms down into the space underneath you. And start softening your gaze, or even close your eyes fully if that's accessible to you. And let the shoulders relax. And your low back relax. If there's tension in the back of your neck, you can pat something underneath your skull. Just give it a little bit of support over there. And I know I say this all the time during practice, pay attention to your breath. But today we're going to practice around that. And if you practiced with me last week, we talked about intention. So imagine that crossing a river is your intention today. And you're building a bridge to cross that river. And here your breath serves the bridge between your body and your mind. Not only through paying attention to that building of that bridge, you're creating something that truly robust and supportive for you to safely cross a river. And start noticing the length of your breath. See if you're having a tendency of jumping into next cycle. And to pay a little bit more attention to our breath today, we'll start with Samavritti practice, which in English is even fluctuation. We make the length of our inhale and exhale the same by adding a count. We'll start with a count of 4. If that's too long or too short for you, you can adjust yourself. The point is you count as long as inhale with your exhale. Take a deep breath in, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Continue on your own. And as I mentioned before, you can adjust the length of your breath accordingly. You can go to count of 6, 8, or even 10. But do remember what we practiced last week, the intention is about why and how you do things. So if you're going to count off longer, why are you doing that? And how are you doing that? If you're going to count of 6 or 8 or 10, are you still counting at the same pace as you did as 4? Or did you shorten the interval between each number just for the sake of longer counting? Because counting with a bigger number is certainly not our intention of practice today. The counting only serves as a tool helping us to pay attention to our breath. Wherever you are and whatever counting you are, after this round, finish the next 2 rounds. And we all meet in hugging the left knee in. And even with the shift of the posture, still pay a same amount of attention to your breath. And circle around with your left knee. Make some space in the left hip socket. If you have a strap nearby, strap it around the ball of your left foot and step your left foot toward the sky. Press the left heel up. If you don't have a strap nearby, you can grab the left big toe with your left piece fingers. Depending on your anatomy, you might have to bend your left leg slightly. But if you do have a strap, press the back of the left knee toward the front of the space. You can start, make same circles, but with straight left leg this time. Switch direction if you're circling. And take one big deep inhale, press the left heel up, up. And slowly open your left knee leg toward the left side. Press into your right sit bone so you're not rolling to the left side. Only to a point that you're not sacrificing your breath. You're not sacrificing the connection between your right hip and the ground. And bring it back to center. Now exhale, slowly release the left foot to the left side. Press hard into the right hip. Inhale, bring back to center. Now exhale, release your left leg to the left side. And twice more like that. Respect the true length of your breath and move along with it instead of the other way around. Next time when your left leg is up, bend your left leg then and circle around again. And we'll switch sides. Draw your right knee into the chest. And circle around. Make some space in the right hip socket. And switch direction. You can grab the right big toe with your peace fingers. You can also strap around the ball of your right foot. And press the right heel up. And press the back of the right knee toward the front of space. Step firmly into the left foot and into the left hip. And circle around with that right leg. Imagine you're drawing a round circle on the ceiling with your right foot. And switch direction. Once you're back to center next time, take a deep breath. Inhale, press again your right heel into the sky. If you notice your right heel dropped a little bit. And exhale slowly with the pace of your exhale and lower your right foot, right leg to the right side. When you arrived to the space between the exhale and inhale, lift it back up. And the exhale, release your right leg. Inhale, lift it back up. And the exhale, press into your left hip and release your right leg to the right side. Let's do it twice more. Next time when you're back to center, release the strap to the side, draw your right knee into the chest. Release your right foot down, your sit bone. Press the back of your arms down to the ground and lift your hips up into a bridge. If you have a low back issue, you can slide a block underneath your sacrum, just to make it a little bit more supportive. Press firmly into the soles of both feet. And imagine there's a block between your knees and you're squeezing that block using your thigh bones. We'll do something that's similar to what we just did on the back. But only if you feel like that's not sacrificing the quality of your breath. You can start by coming up to the toes of your left foot and step your left foot toward the sky. And you can do some circles with the left foot. And press firmly into the right foot and your right shoulder and open the left leg to the left side. Bring back to center. And then exhale, open the left leg to the left side. Let's do once more. And step your left foot down. Come back to bridge or supported bridge. Re-elevate your hip, your pelvis toward the sky. Once you're ready to do the other side, come up onto the toes of the right foot. Step your right foot toward the sky and add some circles with the right leg. Next time, you're back to center. Take a deep breath. Inhale, press the right heel toward the sky. And exhale, release your right leg toward the right side. Press firmly into your left foot. Inhale, come back up. Now exhale, release it to the side. One more time. And raise your right foot down. And start slowly roll your upper back, your low back, your tailbone down. And hug the knees into the chest. And add some rock side to side or back and forth. You can roll onto one side or rock back and forth into a table whenever you're ready. And once you got to table, bring the knees slightly back so you kind of in a knee plank. Make sure your shoulders right above your wrist. And hugging your elbows in. Take a deep breath in. And the exhale, bend through your elbows. And release your chest down. Come up onto your elbows, Sphinx pose. Pull your palms towards your chest and press your chest toward the front. Press the top of your feet into the ground. And reaching toward the back through your toes so you're not compressing your low back. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it out. Draw your left knee to the left side into a half frog. Still press evenly into both palms and elbows. And maintain the drawing of elbows towards your chest. And lift your left elbow up and slide your right elbow to the left side. And roll up onto your left side, your right side rather. And press your left shoulder toward the ground. It may or may not touch. You're in the supine twist right now. Take a deep breath into the back of the left shoulder. And exhale, come back to center. Come back to Sphinx pose. Bring your left leg back. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let everything out. And we'll do the other side. Draw your right knee out. Imagine your right thigh bone shooting directly out from your right hip socket. Lift your right elbow up and thread your left arm underneath your right elbow. And roll onto your left side body and extend your right arm out. Your right shoulder may or may not touch the ground. Your left hand can be on top of your right knee to add a little bit of gravity here. You can also slide a block underneath your right knee if you don't like your right knee hanging there. Reconnect with your breath if you lost it. We'll move a little bit more slowly today because we do want to give a little bit more attention to our breath. Come back to center. And bring your right leg back. Hands by the chest. And push into child pose. Only briefly. And come to table. Hands underneath your shoulders. It means right underneath your hips. Press into both palms. Shift the weight onto the right shin. And open the left knee to the left side. To the hip point. And lower your left knee to meet with the right, but not tap on the ground. Inhale, open the left knee to the left side. Now exhale, bring it down. One more time. Hugging your right outer hip in and open your left knee to the left side one more time. And extend your left leg long. Adjust the weight that you're putting into both hands. Make sure you might have to put more into your left hand this time to make sure that you are not collapsing to the right side. And flex your left foot and point your left toes and start slowly move your left leg to the left side. And lower your left hip down, lower your left foot down. Inhale, lower your belly, open your chest forward, cat. Now exhale, pop your upper back towards the sky. Inhale, lower your belly down for cow pose. Press into the pinky edge of the left foot. Now exhale, round your upper back. One more time. And walk your hands towards you. Bring to your hips or extend your arms to the side and side bend to the left side. You can attempt to walk that left hand toward your left foot or even your left big toe, depending on your flexibility. And cover your back up. Both hands down. And lift your left leg slightly off from the ground again. And step your left foot outside of your left hand. Find the blocks, you have them. And today we bring the blocks inside of the leg for half split. Inhale, open the chest. Now exhale, straighten your left leg, pin your left hip back. Inhale, pull chest forward. Now exhale, straighten your left leg. Inhale. And exhale, push your left hip back. Do it twice more with your own true length of your breath instead of my cueing. So you're building that bridge for your own intention. Next, step your chest forward. Step your right foot outside your right hand. Lift your tailbones up. Shimmy your feet close to each other. Straighten your left leg, right hand down, left hand up. Twist to the left side. Take a deep breath in, revolve your rib cage up. And exhale, release your left hand down, straighten your right, and extend the right arm up. Release both hands down and rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, raise arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha flat back. Exhale, step left and right. High plank. You can release your knees down, especially if you have sensitive wrist. Otherwise, bend to the elbows and lower all the way down to the belly. Inhale, lift the chest up. Keep hugging both elbows towards each other. Bhujangasana, baby cobra. You can also extend both arms. Lift your pelvis, your knees away from the ground into upward facing dog. Now exhale. Lift your tailbones up into downward facing dog. Press your chest toward the thigh bones. We already did a lot of hamstring works, but if you still need more space in the back of your legs, you can bend into one leg and another. You can also rock into high plank and come back to down dog. You adjust based on your own needs. And once you find stillness in your downward facing dog, rock forward into a high plank and release your knees down into a table. And we'll do the other side. Press firmly into both palms. Shift weight into your left shin bone and hugging your left outer hip in. And open the right knee to the right side. Flex your right foot. And bring your right knee back down to be next to your left. Inhale, open the right knee out. Exhale, lower it down. Let's do it twice more. You might have to shift some weight into the right hand so you're not collapsing to the left side. The next time when your right knee is out, extend your right leg toward the back and rotate your right leg externally so your right toes is pointing to the right side, but your right leg is still straight, so it's almost your right hip is stacking over your left. And move that right leg to the right side. And release your right foot down. Inhale, open the chest, press into the pinky edge of your right foot into a cow pose. And exhale, round your upper back. Inhale, pull chest forward. And exhale, round your upper back. One more time. Stop, walk hands back towards you. Hands on the hips or extend your arms out. Take a deep inhale. Now exhale, release your right hand to your right leg and side bend to the right side. You can even attempt to walk your right hand towards the right foot, right big toe, depending on what kind of connection you want to establish there without sacrificing the quality of your breath. Cover your back up, both hands down. Slightly lift your right foot off of the ground and step your right foot outside of your right hand. Find the blocks if you have them. Bring them inside of your right foot. You can adjust your back knee if you need to. Inhale, open the chest, low lunge with your right knee open. Now exhale, straighten your right leg, half split. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Now exhale, Ardha Hanumanasana, half split. One more time together. And let's do twice more on our own. So we are true to our breath. Next time when your chest to forward, take your time. Once you're right there, step your left foot outside of your left hand. And hands on the ground, lift your tailbones up, shimmy your feet, be close to each other again. Hands on top of your feet this time. Straighten your left leg and extend your left arm up. Take a deep inhale, revolve your chest, your rib cage toward the sky. And exhale, release your left hand on top of your right of your feet. And extend your right arm up. Release both hands down. And rise all the way up. And hand to heart center. by the side. Tadasana. Before we move again, we'll practice an intentional Tadasana here today to reconnect with our breath. Especially the past sequence, if it's a little bit more challenging to you, tend to sacrifice the quality of your breath for the sake of the flow. So you can bring that quality of Samavritti back to your breath again, matching the length of your inhale and exhale. See if you can reestablish that connection with your belly, your rib cage, your chest, with each cycle of your breath. Once you're ready to flow again, slowly blink open your eyes. We'll go through some Surya Namaskar A today, Sun Salute A. And if this is the first time you practice, we'll flow together. But if you have other kind of salute in your practice, please go ahead. Otherwise, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Adho-Nasana. And exhale, step your left and right into a high plank. You can release the knees down. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, hugging the elbows in, bend into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, pull the chest forward into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. And exhale, lift your tailbones up. Push into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. 3 to 5 rounds of breath here. So you can reevaluate your intention. If in downward facing dog does not give you enough space to give attention to your breath, you can now Okay. I don't know why my Zoom automatically muted myself when I joined. Wherever you are, step by step, a half fold. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, fold the legs. Rise all the way up. And hand to heart center. Float 2 more rounds on your own. I know some of you might already been doing that because of a network issue. But do float 2 more rounds on your own with the true pace of your breath. And I'll be quiet so you have enough of your personal space for your practice. No matter what salute you've been flowing with, wherever you are in your Sun salute day, take your time to arrive at the front of the mat. We'll all meet in an intentional Tadasana. Once you arrive to Tadasana, shift weight into your right foot. Enjoy your left knee up. Just circle your left knee out and in. If you have trouble with stability, standing on one leg, you can bring yourself closer to a wall and your right hand can be on the wall for support. Once you're ready, use the help of your left hand, bring the sole of your left foot onto your right inner thigh. It can also be your right calf, it can be your right ankle. Tree pose. Find a just spot in front of you to focus on. You can also raise up your arms, press your right thigh bone into the bottom of your left. And release your both hands down. And step your left foot down. And take a big step with your right foot. Lower your right knee down, shimmy your left foot slightly out. And both hands inside of your left foot. Lizard lunge. Elongate your right knee, your right leg towards the back. Hugging your left leg into your left arm bone. Reestablish your connection with the breath again. Oftentimes when you're wobbling in a posture we're not so good at or tend to throw us off balance, we forget our natural breath. We lose our attention to it. So in this little lunge, take your time to bring that attention back. And once you feel like you found the attention back, tuck your right toes. Keep the connection between your left knee and your left upper arm bone. And lift your left foot up. And extend your left foot back. You can do this with your right knee on the ground as well. And close your left knee to your left upper arm bone again. And re-extend your left leg back. Let's do it twice more. Draw your left knee into your left upper arm bone. And kick the left foot back. One more time. And this time, release your left foot down. Spin both heels to the right side. Stack your left foot over your right. Extend your left arm up, side plank. Press into your right hand. And press your left hips up toward the sky. Release your left hand down. And pike your tailbones up into a downward facing dog. In downward facing dog, press your heels toward the ground and start walk your hands back towards your feet and fold over the legs. Grab the big toes with the peace fingers and exhale, release. Just let the gravity does work for you so you can focus more on your breath in this forward folding. And from here, you can keep that connection between your peace fingers and your big toes. You can also loop the strap around the ball of your left foot if you like to. Either way, bring your right hand on your right hip. And start slowly. Lift your left knee up, straighten your right leg. If you need support of a wall, you can bring yourself close to the wall. Also kick the left leg to the front. Release your left leg down and fold over the legs. Keep the space in the back of the legs and walk your hands out into a high plank. And release your knees down, push into a trap pose. You can come into up to your own end. We'll all meet at the front of the mat. Once you arrived, shift the weight into your left foot. Enjoy your right knee up. Enjoy some big circles with that right knee. As the other side, bring yourself close to a wall for support if you need to. Use the help of your right hand to bring the sole of your right foot into the inner thigh of your left leg or your left shin. There's definitely something wrong with our network in this area. It's I tried both data and Wi-Fi. It does not work so well. Anyway, come back to laser lunge. And take your time to reestablish the connection. Bring the attention back. And once you're ready, tuck your back toes and keep the connection between your right knee and your right up arm bone. And lift your right foot up and extend your right leg back. And draw your right knee back to the right arm bone. And kick the right leg back. Let's do it twice more. Next time when your right foot is back, stack your feet, release your heels to the left side, extend your right arm up. Side plank. And release both hands down. And hike your hips up into a downward facing dog. Press your heels toward the ground. Make space in the back of the legs and start walk your hands back toward the feet. And we've been through here before, so grab the big toes with your peace fingers and follow the legs. The challenge of going through the same sequence twice is sometimes it creates that urgency and pressure to jump into next pose. Which makes you lose the focus of today's practice. And bring the left hand onto your left hip. You can loop the strap around the ball of your right foot. You can also keep the right peace fingers around your right big toe. And keep some soft bend in your left leg first. And lift your right knee up. Bring up to the chest and straighten your left leg. And from here, you can kick the right leg to the front. Next exhale, slowly release your right foot down. And walk your hands toward the front. You can skip a downward facing dog. You can use whatever way you'd like to. Come up onto the front of the mat. And rise up, we'll all meet in Tadasana. If you have the blocks, bring the tallest height and to the top of the mat. You can also come standing as we did before. And draw your left knee up. But instead of do the circles, we'll do what we did when we were on our knees. We'll open the left leg to the left side and press the back of foot. So we're kind of in a half rock shape, but in a standing. And just externally rotate your left thigh bone by pulling your left foot to the ground. Let me do it a couple more times. You can do this with both hands on the support of the blocks as well. Either way, bring the sole of your left foot onto your right inner thigh. Come into tree pose. And step your left foot down, step your right foot back, release your right knee down. And this time you can release your elbows down onto the ground or onto the blocks. You can also lift your back knee up for a lizard lunge. If your back knee up, press hard firmly the back of your right knee toward the sky so you're not sloppily hang there. And once you're ready, come up onto your palms again. Create a connection between your left knee and your left arm bone. And lift your left foot up and extend your left leg back. I'm gonna do it twice more. Spin your heels to the right side. Extend your left arm up. And this time, option 2, step your left foot onto your right inner thigh. Tree on the ground. Press your hips up. Bring your hands down. Pike into a downward facing dog. Walk the hands back toward the feet. And grab the big toes with the peace fingers. And right hand on the right hip. Keep that soft bend in your right leg first and draw your left knee up. And start slowly straightening your right leg. An option to kick the left leg out. An option to open the left leg to the left side. Evaluate if you're losing your breath, losing the tension of your breath, just to look like you're in this pose. And start slowly with the pace of your exhale. And step your left foot down. And fold over the legs. Walk your hands toward the front. You can skip the child pose, downward facing dog, or whatever way you like to help you to get back to the front of the mat. Once you arrived at the front of the mat, shift weight into your left foot. Enjoy your right knee up and open the right knee to the right side. And from here, lift your right foot towards the back and all the way up. So you're kind of creating a half frog, standing on your left leg. Bring it back down. Whenever you're ready, you can use the help of your right hand to draw the bottom of your right foot onto the inner thigh of your left leg. And push that right knee open
and press it down to the ground. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Hug the left outer hip in. Next, release the hands down and step your right foot down. Take a big step with your left foot. Release your left knee down into a laser lunge. Both hands inside of your right foot. You can also lower down to your elbows this time. Different sides might feel differently. But the breath should be the same. Option to lift your back knee up into a full laser lunge. And whenever you're ready to come out, come up onto your hands. Press your right knee into your right up arm bone. And slightly lift your right foot off from the ground. And step your right foot toward the back. Draw your right knee into your right arm. Do it one more time. Release your heels toward the left side. Right arm up into a side plank. Press your hips up. An option to bend your right knee. Step your right foot onto your left inner thigh. And continue press the hips up. Right hand down. Step your right foot down. And press your hips up into downward facing dog. Push your heels toward the ground. Then start walk the hands back toward the feet. And grab the big toes with the peace fingers. We've been here before, but practice it with just as much attention. Bring the left hand onto the left hip. And soft bend into your left leg. Start lift your right knee up, straighten your left leg. When you got a steady foundation, option to kick straight forward with that right leg. An option to open that right leg to the right side. And with the pace of your exhale, start slowly. Release your right foot down and fold over the legs and walk yourself back to the front. And use whatever way they like to come back to the front of the mat. Rise all the way up. Last little bit of active movement. And bring the blocks. One option is bring the blocks tallest height in front of you. And your heels right underneath your hips, your wrist right underneath your shoulders into a high table. And draw your left knee into the chest and open the left knee to the side. And kick straight the left leg. Kind of as we did when we're on our knees, but this is on our feet. And same as the other side. Another option is the variation of Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana, extended hand to big toe pose. You can fold over the legs. Grab the big toes with the peace fingers. Bring the right hand onto the right hip. And kick the left leg to the left side. And also open the right arm out. Press firmly into the right foot. You can use a strap here as well. I'm going to do the other side. Whichever you decide to go with, take your time to explore. And once you're ready, come down onto your back. Bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees just naturally drape open. Pada Konasana. You can also glide the block on each side underneath each thigh bone to provide more support. And just let the area that we've been stretching, let it rest, let it compress, and let the area that we've been strengthening, let it relax, And just like closing a book, draw your knees together into the chest. And press the tailbone down into the ground with the knees into the chest. Release the knees to the left side. Extend your right arm out to the right side. You can stay in the simple supine twist. If you like to take advantage of the space we've been making behind of our legs, you can also kick straight your right leg and grab the right big toe with the left peace fingers. And as the last couple rounds of breath at the end of the practice, be true. Bring your knees back to center and release your knees to the right side. Extend your left arm out. Same as the other side, option to kick the left leg straight and grab the left big toe with the right peace fingers. But just like everything else we practiced today, only do so if it's not taking your attention away from your breath. Once you're ready, come back to center. And if you have any other posture you'd like to include in your practice today, use this moment to go for it. Otherwise, spread out your limbs, let your neck relax. Perhaps gather any props that you'd like to use for your Shavasana. Can be a blanket over your pelvis area to make it more grounding. Can be blocks underneath your knees. It can be a pillow underneath your skull. Whenever you're ready. Shavasana.
And whenever you're ready, start wiggling your toes, your fingers. And carefully bend into one leg another. Roll onto one side. And just as breath serving as a bridge between your body and your mind, use this transition back to seed as a bridge between your practice and your life. Navigate yourself into a comfortable seat and keep the palms facing down on top of your knees. Reach up toward the sky through the crown of the head. And let your pelvis, let your sit bones getting heavy. So the space being made in your spines. And before we wrap up our practice, use a moment to bring that Samavidhi back again. If you feel like you lost connection with it at some point. We'll not do explicitly counting here, but you can certainly count with a number that makes sense to yourself quietly. And when you feel like your bridge, the bridge that you've been building is ready for you to walk on. If a resonate gesture for you, gather the hands in front of the heart. And bow your head slightly toward the heart. And slowly blink open your eyes when it's the right moment for you.